now it's hope, and they have returned from 1 goal down. Goal! He scores! He scores!
Cross comes in now, open goal, it's in the back of the net. The Predators with the early goal, it looks like.
The Vincy Soccer Premier League is brought to you by the SVG Football Federation.
We step onto the pitch to conquer, to ignite belief, to dominate the moment. We take control, we win, and sometimes we lose. We score, we miss, but we regain control. A free kick, a pass, an assist, and the goals follow. From penalties under pressure. Every challenge looks easy. So we repeat it. Because it's one team, driven by one dream, inside one league. Vincy Soccer Premier League.
Good night and welcome to this VSPL game here from the Brighton Technical Centre. Of course, Layou United, they're taking on Camdonia Chelsea. I'm Anthony Denny, and sharing the microphone tonight is Mr. Cecil Charles. Cecil, good night.
Good night to you, Eddie. Good night to all our viewers. And it was a pretty interesting game. Layou FC, who's sitting in second position. Camdonia Chelsea, I think, in about 5th or 6th.
Yes, Layou, of course, in second position. They're 5 points adrift of the leaders, the league leaders in System 3, who lost last Sunday night to North Leeward Predators by 2-1. Victory, certainly, for the Predators. That put a smile on the faces of the Layou team. But of course, with just 2 more games to play for System 3, 1 point certainly is going to land them with the Premiership as far as the VSPL 2025-26 is concerned. The teams, of course, Layou in their traditional orange with their black shorts, and Camdonia Chelsea with their light blue tops and dark blue shorts. And just to say that the captains for tonight, Kenija Joseph leading the Layou squad, and Kale Nero, the captain of the Camdonia Chelsea team. And the team's just about taking some photos. There you see the Layou team now making their way into the middle, and Camdonia Chelsea, of course, posing for the cameras here tonight. Just a handful of spectators here tonight. Nothing much certainly to shout about. It's the lone game here tonight, but it's a situation where, as you said, important game for Layou and also important game for Camdonia Chelsea. I believe they're in position number either 6 or 7, subject to correction, but the points are very much important for both teams here tonight, Charlo.
Definitely very good, very important points for both teams, and Layou would want to close the gap between themselves and System 3.
So there you see as a matter of fact, let's just have a look at the leading goal scorers thus far. At the top of the heap, so to speak, is Zeno Solomon with 23. And in a distant second, some 12 goals behind him, is his teammate Zibian Cunningham on 11. Kobe Mango of Layou tonight, of course, should be all part of what is going to unfold. He has also 11 goals. DL Spring of the Predators on 9. Garrett Ledgerwood, another Layou player, on 9. Mark Brown for Beckway, and certainly a player who's most times put Beckway on his back, so to speak. He's on 8 goals, sorry. Valdo Anderson 7, Java Odin 7, Denzel Bascom of System 3 on 7, Cadell Hector of Avenues United on 7, Ashano Benjamin 6, Giovanni Enville of Awesome, he also has 6 goals, Chad Straw 6 goals, and Javid Sutherland of System 3 with 6 goals.
Well, just quickly for the points standing in System 3, they are on 38 points. Layou FC, they are in second position on 33. In third position, Jebel, they are on 31 points. North Leeward Predators in fourth position on 27 points. Fifth is Awesome FC, 21. Camdonia Chelsea in sixth on 20 points. In seventh position, Besco Pastors, they're on 19. Hope International in 8th on 17 points. Becco United in 9th position on 13 points. And Avenues without a win, they're on 3 points at the bottom of the table.
Well, definitely relegated. Beckway is in with a possible slight chance. It's down to Hope International, certainly not doing what they're supposed to do, but once Hope gets some points in the next game, it'll be goodbye for Beckway and Avenues as far as the Premiership is concerned. So we're just about to get things going. Polius with a one-time in this, the 5th second. I don't know if he's trying to break that record of 11 seconds by Poppy. But ball is downfield now, and Camdonia Chelsea battling for possession, but it's nodded away there by Joash Nash of Layou. And it's going to be the first throw-in of the night. So nice little breeze as per usual blowing across this facility. An outfield that certainly has had a fair amount of games, so to speak. Not in its pristine position, condition, I should say, but adequate enough for tonight's game. But it's certainly been under a lot of pressure. This one knocked away by the Layou defense, and it's going to be a throw-in. Was looking there for Mango, but ball is out of touch, unfortunately. And is that Ben?
Yes, Alroy Ben.
Takes the throw in. Finds Cotto, but he lost it, and ball knocked upfield now. Kadina Joseph, the captain of Layou, finds Kobe Mango. Closely marked is Mango, but still hangs on to it. Nice little ball in the middle back to his captain. This one downfield on the right side by Polius.
Looking for Lynch.
Nice little head into the middle, and just a little too much ahead of it. Looks like Wendell Coffey there, unfortunately, and now we see it's booted away. But a nice little build up there on the right side.
It was very good build up on the part of Layou FC. They look purposeful and Jamari Lynch with a cross, but there was no one to really latch on to that, and it went cleaned up by the defense for Camdonia Chelsea.
There we see some poor work on the side close to us there. Ball is out of touch, and Ben with a throw in now for Camdonia Chelsea. Finds his captain in Cale Nero, and he had a wonderful game last time around.
Yes.
A super header to score the opening goal for Camdonia Chelsea. Ben, nice little touches.
Good work.
In the end, of course, he just had a little too much on that one.
Well, I think he caught the number 77 just off guard.
So, Layou will try to build deep inside their own half and come forward. Under the lights here at the Brighton Technical Centre. And that's Polius knocking it back. Ball now into the middle there to Kenija Joseph. Going right back to his central back in Joash Nash. Onto the left side. And nice little build up here from Layou, but captain a little guilty of not doing what he's supposed to and hanging on to it. And it's back with Charles, and who certainly had a good competition in Charles. He's certainly been a tower of strength for Camdonia Chelsea in defence, and a player who, in my opinion, Charlo can play in actually any position. Let's see if he can keep this one, and unfortunately that's not the case. But Charles, a tall, lanky defender, certainly a player to watch.
We have seen him overlapped in so many occasions, coming from defense to taking the lead role, and very talented individual.
Thrown there by Ben. Battle for possession there with Lynch. Comes back. And here's Kenija Joseph looking for Lynch. He's closely marked, Lynch, but doing well. And that's Josh Nash now being brought into play. Boots it upfield on the left side. And play over there is in an offside position. Flag was up very quickly indeed. And Camdonia Chelsea now with a free kick. Just about 3/4 way into their own half. Charles is going to go over there to take.
Oh yes, and he has a very powerful kick as well.
So looks as if he's going to possibly belt this one upfield. And I think it was a trick that we've seen at all levels, even at the international level. They threw the ball slightly ahead. Wraps the boot around it, and it's upfield now, but onto the head of a Layou defender. Finds Ben, takes it, and it's actually fell nicely there for Luke.
Who overran that.
Yeah. An attempted shot on goal there by Ben. Ended up as a cross, and as you said, overran. But here's Cottle looking for Luke. Goalkeeper is off his line. And picking up there for Layou FC. Bolts is onto the right side now. Player with some space ahead of him. And now moves forward. And Dag now searching ball, as a matter of fact, onto the left side. To the left winger who cuts in now. Has back to his captain, Kenija Joseph. Takes a shot, Kenija. And rebounds off the goalkeeper. Still danger not cleared for Camdonia Chelsea, but captain there fighting for all his worth, and finally it looks as if it's going to come away. And he's giving it up there now to Wendell Coffey. Coffey was looking to possibly get the left winger there, but as per usual, the towering figure of Charles picked it up. But here's Luke now. It's closely marked Luke, but he's hanging on to it. Just one blue shirt in the middle, still with it. And well, the lack of players in the middle there. Certainly there was just that lone person up front in Cottle.
Cottle, and that eluded him.
Yes. So that's one of the problems with this Chelsea team. They seem to hang back a lot, even when attacking. And they've certainly suffered for it on many occasions, as we just saw a while ago there, Charlie.
Definitely. And Luke had a decent run on the right, but there was no one following through.
And there was Cottle with an attempted cross. It goes out of touch. I believe it's off of the defender. Yes, it is. So the first
corner.
Yes, the first corner kick of the game, and this is the 7th minute. Chelsea 0, Layou 0. And it looks as if it's Miller who's going across there to take this corner kick for Camdonia Chelsea, the team from South Leeward. Kit tells Camden Park and surrounding areas. Got to reach out to folks in those areas. having a look here tonight.
I think it's Jadamo Slater to take the corner. I think the Miller would be the number 15. That warrior.
Well, we play up team time. Don't have a team sheet, so we're just going on recollection. And this one is an opening goal. It's off the boot. Well, he's offside. Offside. It was a.
I think Ben was caught in an offside position.
Yes, he was. So a little bit of a heartbeat, if I can put it like that, there for Layou. But lucky for them, Ben was in an offside position. Ball now on the right side as they look to go forward once again. Punched into the middle there now to Kenija Joseph. Joseph skips past one, hangs on to it, comes back to the right. Play with some space now. And looking there for Lynch to run on to. There was Kenija Joseph trying to get there, but Charles was ahead of him and just shattered it out of touch. Goal kick there for Camdonia Chelsea. So it's been a fairly good tournament, Charlo, the Premiership for 2025-26. We've seen some young players who've come to the fore.
Definitely.
Certainly, as I said, some players have placed their hands up, so to speak. As this one is pumped downfield. Here's Wendell Coffey, who was looking to tap it into the path of Kenija Joseph, but only found a blue shirt in Taylor to Luke for Camdonia Chelsea. That's Miller. Nice work there by Miller. And
cut out there by Garrett Ledgerwood.
That's Javan John. Ball upfield now, nodded away by the ever-present Charles. And it's searching ball, was looking for Luke. Diminutive play indeed.
Javan John. He looks so similar to Garrett Ledgerwood.
Well, certainly, they're both short players and of similar build. As we see the referee over there having a chat. As a matter of fact, a red card is issued.
And I think that has to do with, it looks like Camdonia.
Well, it's Myron Samuel, it looks
Myron
like.
Samuel.
And he's there. No, just, is it Samuel? No, it's not Samuel. It's Shandell Samuel, former national striker. And, well,
he's been given a red card.
Gesticulating, and I think he should just, just move from the area.
Well, he has got, the card has already been issued, so he would have to leave the bench.
Still very much around, Shandell Samuel. Marksman in the past for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Of course, I recall back in, well, can't remember the specific year, but in Jamaica, that Digital Cup, where we certainly had to score a lot of goals. And Shandell Samuel and company came up trumps for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As a matter of fact, in that tournament, we defeated Jamaica 2-1. But Samuel is now making his way away from the bench. Sounds as if we have a little bit of a storm. It's just the Atlantic breeze blowing into our commentary position.
One has to be careful, as if they want to take you off the chair.
Well, it's a nice cooling breeze here tonight. Of course, the facility here is open air, and maybe soon, maybe that's near in terms of stands and a dressing facility for the players. Of course, they're housed in the building very much close by here, all part of the facility. But we're just awaiting the restart of this one. Probably lost about 2 minutes thereabout, as Samuel is just nonchalantly taking his time, walking away, and the referee just has to ensure that he's not within the playing area. So something certainly was said on the bench there by Shandell Samuel.
Yes, something had to be said.
And we're just waiting for a resumption of the game. It's a throw into Camdonia Chelsea. And Samuel is now a fair distance away. And we should be having a whistle to signal a restart. Well, still awaiting, unfortunately. So, yeah, just about 3 minutes now lost. So there's going to be some added time. There's no doubt with regards to that.
Well, certainly.
Here's Charles now getting finally that throw in. Forced to go back in defense. Finds Taylor. Taylor knocks it into the middle and lost it.
Give it up.
Yeah, picked up there by Polius now to Khadija Joseph, who's twisting and turning. Goes to his left. And back to Wendell Coffey. And unfortunately couldn't keep that one. And it's picked up by the Camdonia Chelsea player on the right side. But he's lost possession. And in the end, into the path of the goalkeeper there for Camdonia Chelsea, and Barker, who drives that one upfield. There's Coffey. Ball on the far side now. And tussle for possession over there.
Taylor not giving him any room.
None whatsoever. And in the end, it's Javin John who's picked it up for Layou. Doing a bit of overlapping. John still has possession. No, finally robbed of it. And tussle for possession, but again,
good work by Glenroy Lane there for Camdonia Chelsea.
Certainly, but the ball fell nicely there for Wendell Coffey. And looking there for Lynch, but in the end, Barker, who spilled it, but did enough to clean up the mess, so to speak, and bowls it out. Searching ball, looking there for Cottle. He's surrounded by 3 orange shirts, and in the end, it's in the path of Wendell Coffey to Joseph there in the midfield. And Joseph certainly has had a fair amount of possession thus far for this Layou team. It seems as if they're working on a lot of the attacks around him. He's distributing both to the left and the right. Khadija Joseph. Whistle went in, nonetheless. It's an infringement against
Miller.
Yes, and the free kick quite naturally to Camdonia Chelsea to be taken by the tall, lanky Nigel Charles. And 1, 2, 3, 4 blue shirts up front this time. This one drilled, and it's gonna clear everyone out of touch. So a little too much on that from Nigel Charles. Goal kick resulted now for Layou. 0-0 in this the 15th minute. But certainly Layou will be hoping to get that goal as early as possible, and very importantly claim the 3 points here tonight to send a little message to System 3 that, hey, we're still here, as this one is in the part of Kobe Mengo. Mengo in the end loses possession. It's picked up there by Miller, and there it looks like Luke to Cottle. So they're trying to build something going forward here, Camdonia Chelsea, and into the middle there now for looks like
Reggie Barber.
Barber to run onto, but couldn't keep it in. Barber, it's out of touch, and it's going to be a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea, who have appeared to be much more settled, as is the case in games in the past. And ball now with Layou here on the left side. John knocks it upfield. Jaheim John. Polius in the middle. There's Khadija Joseph once again. Back to Wendell Coffey. And Coffey goes back to Javan John. Khadija Joseph couldn't hang on to it, but given away by Taylor to Coffey. And it's a little bit of backward and forward on the far side. Picked up now by, looks like Kobe Mengo. Mengo still with it. There now to Polius. But too many blue shirts around him. He goes to the turf. No whistle.
Referee says to play on.
Play continues.
And the play continues. It's Miller. And going to his left, but he's cut out there by Javan John. It comes to Wendell Coffey. Coffey sends it downfield. Mengo finds himself in an offside position. And the flag of assistant referee Denroy Barker was up very, very quickly indeed. So thwarting the efforts there from Layou, looking to make early inroads. It's still 0-0 here in this encounter.
Well, they have to give the defense some props there. They saw him coming and just ensured that offside trap was there. And, the moment he moved, they were out.
And so it's a free kick. Again, Nigel Charles would line that up. Now he pumps it, long ball downfield. Heads go up. And it's with Khadija Joseph. Finds his number in Gloucester. Gloucester comes back in defense, pumps it downfield. Cut out there by Cale Nero. but he's been robbed of it. Jamari Lynch and Nero again picking it up and off the Jamari Lynch into touch. It's going to be a goal kick.
Well, yes, but Nero doing some good work there. I thought he would have certainly pulled to the right, but he went back into the middle. And unfortunately, or fortunately for Camdonia Chelsea, the Layou player getting a boot onto it and going out of touch for a goal kick.
And we can see Barber taking his own time. Barker rather. Now he rolls it out to Nigel Charles, who seems to be the specialist in taking those free kicks and goal kicks.
Well, he certainly has a lot of power in that right foot of his.
Now he goes to his right, finds Glenroy Lane. Lane now looks up, looking for some support, but is cut out there by Layou. Cross comes in, but tall figure of Charles just heading it away. It's out. Coffee in a tussle. Polius lays it off to Springer. Still. Kenisha Josephs comes back. Down he goes. Referee says play on. Nice ball. It's Luke. Luke on a run, sending it, looking to get a Cuttle going, but it goes right back to a goalkeeper who crosses it and it goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. So Chelsea looking to put some pressure on the defense there for Layou, and goalkeeper just clearing it.
Well,
Ben.
He's okay, go ahead.
Ben finds Kale Nero. Nero looks up. Swirling ball, who is looking for, but headed away there by Layou. Finds Kenisha Joseph, who has one to contend with. He's still going back. Still Joseph, but gives it away. Slater, but picked up back by Kenisha Joseph. Now Miller being fouled, and it's against Layou. So it's going to be a free kick for Camdonia Chelsea. So Kenisha Joseph looking to warm and wiggle his way around a couple of players.
Certainly. Well, let's see what happens with this free kick. But I was just about to make the point that Tristan Providence, who's had a not the best of seasons tonight, not in the uprights for Layou, as it's Lewis who's goalkeeper tonight.
Yes, so Miller. Long ball looking for the header, and it's headed.
Josh Nash headed that one out, it looks like. Let's see. Well, let's have a look once again. It's a goal kick. I thought for a moment it was headed away by Nash. Yes, it was headed away.
It was headed away by Nash, and it's rather surprising that it's a goal kick, because I was looking for a corner.
Yes, without a doubt. So Camdonia Chelsea, in our opinion, robbed of a corner kick there, but play continues, Charlo.
So comes to Slater. Slater looks up, look to work his way around. Reggie Barber there is with him. He's still spinning like a top, but Reggie Barber not giving him a chance. He goes back in defense and he comes downfield, but it's cut out there by, and this one goes into touch. It's a throw-in for Layou. Long ball, looking for some support, and being knocked into touch. It's going to be another throw-in for Layou. Jamari Lynch, but he now leaving it for Slater. In fact, it's Jaheim John. Jaheim John. Back to Jaheim John. Then just boot that into touch. Really with no purpose, no direction. And it's going to be a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea with the score 0-0.
Yes, as you said, no purpose on the part of John. Maybe a little over anxious and just knocked it away. But of course, Camdonia Chelsea should be comfortable with the decision he took. They now have a goal kick.
So Barker gives it up to Nigel Charles for that goal kick. Long ball, and up goes the header off the defender there for Layou, but it's Cuttle. Cuttle just shadowing it and allowing it to go out of touch so that they get a corner. So it's going to be a corner for Camdonia Chelsea.
And they've really been pressing this Layou team well in the exchanges here.
Yes.
Tonight.
So Adamo Slater now going to take that corner kick. And let's see, we see Nigel Charles now coming up into the attacking area, into that 18-yard box.
Well, he has the height, there's no question about it.
So there are about 5 blue shirts. Swollen ball, headed away and into the back of the net, off the head of Nigel Charles. You just alluded to the fact that he has the height, and there it was. It landed right on his head, and it was in the back of the net. Look at that.
Jumping above everyone.
And into the back of the net. The goalkeeper was beaten. The defense there was looking to clear that, but unfortunately it was already into the back of the net.
Well, good work all around there by Camdonia Chelsea. And of course, Nigel Charles coming out of defense, of course, as we said, with the height advantage. And he jumped above every single one there in defense. Looping header. And absolutely no chance there for goalkeeper nor the defender who tried to keep it out. 1-0, of course, to Camdonia Chelsea.
It was a good corner by Adamo Slater. Just picked out the head of Nigel Charles, who jumped above everyone and just hammered it into the back of the net.
Well, it looks as if there's a player down for Layou. It appears as if it's not. Is that the number 15 shirt that we're seeing there, Charlie?
Is it Greg Nash?
It's possibly Nash.
Let's
Nash
see.
is still up.
Nash is still on his feet.
Yes. Difficult to pick up the number on the back of that shirt, or it might very well be. It's not John. He's there with Nash.
John is there with Nash.
So,
looking to see that figure of Javan John.
well, we'll get that for you in just a little while, but being placed on the stretcher, is he?
It looks like he's been placed on the stretcher.
So, let's hope it's a situation that can be dealt with in the player who's injured.
Will return.
Certainly he's been taken off. So 1-0 in favour of Camdonia Chelsea. Goal coming in the 22nd minute off the head of Nigel Charles. And a wonderful start from the men in blue.
It looks like Javan John.
So
we can see Wendell Coffey still trying to urge his players on. Kobe Mingo with a kickoff.
yes, you're correct, it's Javan John. Play continues,
Comes
Charlie.
back to Kenisha Joseph, to Polius. He goes back in defense to Slater. Comes wide. Still with Layou. Pumps it downfield. Marius Taylor gets a boot on it, but cross comes in over the head of just about everyone, and Ben picks it up for Camdonia Chelsea. He will look to come downfield, looking for Okida Cuttle. But there is Wendell Coffey calming things, going back to his goalkeeper, who decides to come right. Finds Jaheim John. John is cut out there by Alroy Ben. He has Jomari Lynch. 2 players. He was forced to get it off quickly. And goalkeeper Lewis comes off his line, picks up, holds on to it a little, and now he bowls it out to the left. Finds the number 23 in Gloucester. In fact, his springer on that far side. So it comes right back here to Jaheim John. Nice ball. It's come downfield, Jomari Lynch. And goalkeeper just coming off his line and collects. That's Barber. And he bowls it out to Ben. And it being robbed of it, it goes into touch. Spolius, and it's going to be a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. Ben looking to steal a few meters.
That's per usual.
Referee just pointing him to go back. And good work there by Reggie Barber. And we lays it off, but it's intercepted by Kenisha Joseph. Gives it now to Gloucester. Gloucester goes back in defense. And not good work there by Nash, but he was quick to regain possession. Polius goes down. Referee says to play on. Again, Gloucester looks up. Comes back to John. Still in their defense. This time he goes wide. And Taylor. And again, not good work there by Camdonia Chelsea, giving it up. Finds Kenisha Joseph, who lays it off. And the offside flag is up. We can see Nigel Charles. He's in defense, but the hand was up.
He's orchestrating all of this.
He's also doing the refereeing. And he was responsible for Camdonia Chelsea's goal in the 23rd minute. So, Glenroy Lane lays it back. So Nigel Charles with that free kick. So now he goes to his right, finds Cale Nero. Nero looking for some support. Cottle runs onto it. Cottle comes back in the center. Reggie Barber looking to get a boot on it, but eludes him. And Layou will look to come away with it. Comes wrong, finds Glenroy Lane. Lane lays it back to Nigel Charles. Charles still with it. And now he pumps it downfield, looking for some support on that far side. Springer is there for Layou. And comes back to Gloucester. Gloucester goes back in defense. This time he looking, good work there by Nero, cutting that out. Polios for Layou. As a defender, he has to come back to Jaheim John. John goes back to Slater, to Nash, to Kenisha Joseph, who still dances around with it. Comes to Kobe Mingo. Mingo being hustled off it. Back to Kenisha Joseph. Mario Taylor is there. And Camdonia Chelsea will come away with it, but only to give it up. An infringement called there against Layou. It's going to be a free kick to Camdonia Chelsea.
Well, I like the spirit of Camdonia Chelsea tonight. They're quick to the ball, of course, aggressive, which is very, very, very important. And showing this Layou team here tonight that they're not part of this game to lie down.
It's a long ball. And Ben is there. Ben goes a corners off the defender. It's still in Layou's half. Lynch looking to come forward. Lays it off for Kobe Mingo. Mingo pumps it across field, looking for some support. Mario Taylor has Springer to contend with. Springer wins the battle. Still with Springer, who comes back to Kenisha Joseph. Joseph comes to Polios. Polios has to defend. He's been forced to go wide, and then forced to come back to Jaheim John. John has won with a shot, and tame as ever. And Barker just takes it easily, nonchalantly, toys around with it. Now he pumps it downfield, looking to find Cottle, but it comes right back to Kenisha Joseph. Kenisha Joseph, the captain for Layou, still has it. Lays it off. It's Springer on that far side. Springer with a shot, and it's wide, and it goes into touch for a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea.
So a 1-0 lead as we look at this replay. There's Springer with possession, of course, has the defender in front of him, and right foot shot, I believe, is possibly looking at the cross, ended up as a shot out of touch, and ensuing goal kick, of course, for Camdonia Chelsea, who've thus far really and truly put up a good effort thus far. That's the reason why they're one goal up here tonight. And Layou is still down to 10 men because Jaheim John is off, getting some assistance with an injury.
Could see him seated on the sideline.
Whistle going there. I believe it's against Camdonia Chelsea, is it?
No, it's against Layou because I think he was riding the back there of Luke.
So, guilty player being the veteran Wendell Coffey. Moments ago I saw Garrett Ledgerwood warming up for Layou, but there's no movement from the bench. And they're still down to 10 men in this.
Well, Ledgerwood is on the field, so the substitution has come.
Well, we didn't even notice that, Charlo.
Yes.
Because I know I saw Ledgerwood warming up. There's a quick substitution then as the referee goes across once again.
For John, the photo official, and someone is going to get another card.
It's Myron Samuel this time he's showing a yellow card.
and followed by a red.
Because he got a yellow card when Chandler was showing that red card. Well, And now we see he's being taken away. Is that the Camdonia Chelsea coach?
Yes, it looks that way.
Come on, guys. Let's do better than this. There are two players who serve St. Vincent and the Grenadines well. And the referee, of course, is the person in charge. And there we see Myron is now walking across the field. Very, very slowly indeed. And I know these players, they mean well, you know, for the team. They put their heart and soul into it. There's no question with regards to that. That they're quite passionate about the football. Myron Samuel, of course, I've seen him on quite a number of occasions, of course, just drilling this Layou team, this Layou squad. And they get passionate, but of course, very important, there's that limit.
Yes,
as to what you
certainly.
say and how you say
have
it.
to maintain a certain level of discipline and respect. And
So,
it's very unfortunate. The two of the officials for Layou have been given red cards.
So Samuel not on camera, but he's just slowly sauntering across the outfield. And meantime, the referee is having a word there with the match commissioner, it will appear. So we definitely be having probably 4 or 5 minutes added
Of extra time.
of extra time for this one. As Myron Samuel making his way off, but the referee's just, who is he calling now? He's actually
think he's
calling the
calling
captain.
Kenisha Joseph.
Both captains, as a matter of fact, to have a chat with them. We're not aware as to what was being said on the benches, more specifically on the Layou bench, but the referee pulling both captains together and having a bit of a chat here tonight as Samuel is now off the field of play. And we're just waiting for the restart here in this VSPL game here at the Brighton Technical Centre. And we see Kale Nero not on camera, but he's going across to have a word with his coach, Nero. The referee still in the middle. I am now at sea as to why we have not seen a resumption, Charlo. And we see the referee in the middle just gesticulating. But there are 1, 2, 3 players there for Camdonia Chelsea in a group going across to the bench. And
I
is
think
it that they're
that
being
he's
called
calling.
off?
He's calling his
Wow.
his team. Not sure what is going on.
Well, maybe they're just having a
conversation
as to, well, we see the coach is pulling out what looks like his this chart.
I think the players are now having some liquid refreshment, trying to hydrate themselves.
Well, we're playing, of course, in very cool conditions. There's some nice breeze blowing across here. We haven't had a situation where there had to be any breaks for players to get any liquid of that sort in any of the VSPL games, to my knowledge. So, not aware exactly what has transpired. But there you see the referee. He's having a look in the area of the buildings here of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Football Federation. Referee Jason Frederick. Meantime, we have the Layou players just warming themselves, and the Camdonia Chelsea players, they are very close to the bench. They're just off camera and having a discussion with their coach.
Well, just a note I got a while ago saying that these two guys are constantly abusing the referees verbally.
Okay.
And
now we see
feeling that they're untouchable.
Well, we now have a situation where is that the police coming there with the match commissioner? It's not on camera, subject to correction, but there's what looks like some sort of security personnel. May very well come in.
Not sure if some threat was issued.
Well, not sure if that's security, but that's a believe, the match commissioner for tonight. And referee just asking for the players for Camdonia Chelsea to come back in. So maybe the discussion was to allow for some sort of security to be within the area of the benches. So asking both teams certainly just to take a break. I believe that is certainly was the position there, and the decision taken by both captains and referee Jason Frederick. So rather unfortunate, but we're gonna have a restart. And we're pretty much aware in the past of situations where referees in St. Vincent and the Grenadines were physically abused to Charlo.
Yeah, definitely.
So leaving no chance as this one is taken now, and not the best of free kicks there by Baba.
And you can see Nigel Charles asking what's going on.
Yeah, I think it just summed it all up what happened over the last 5 minutes thereabout. So here is Jaheim John now picking it up on the right side for Layou as play resumes, finds what looks like Gloucester, searching ball little Lynch, and Lynch doing well. Back to Gloucester there too, but it's actually Polius. We're back there now to Joash Nash, and nice defender Nash is.
Yeah, he has been outstanding for Layou. He has really worked.
It's unfortunate, of course, but Ledgerwood now trying to feed that one through, but only finds Nigel Charles. And here's Slater looking for Luke on the right side. But a little too much onto it. But I was just about to make the point that there's an abundance of defenders here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and at the national level, of course, when we do bring in our international players, it makes it a little difficult for players of the likes of Nash to get that opportunity. But he's certainly been around for quite a number of years for Layou.
And has done very well indeed.
So here's, Baba was trying to keep that one in, but couldn't do so. And the throw in now to Jaheim John and Layou. Finds Gloucester. Gloucester there to Kobe Mingo, but fortunately for him, it fell into the path of Gloucester, who knocked it upfield. And the Nero's there, shadowing for all his worth, and Indian did well.
Smart work by Nero.
Yes. There was the advance in Lynch, and he just knocked it into him. Rebounded out of touch. And it's going to be a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea. They're leading this one by 1-0. And of course, situation where the coaching staff, I can say for Layou, has been given their marching orders, and Chandel Samuel and Myron Samuel. Here's Nero now picking it up in defense for Chelsea. Knocks it into the path of Polius. That's Gloucester, as a matter of fact. Finds Mingo. Mingo has two defenders with him, and he goes down. No whistle. Referee says to get up. And Charles now knocks it upfield, but there was Polius. Gloucester was trying to get there first, but Cottle did so.
Looking
and
for
nice
Luke.
Ball into the path of Luke, who has some space. Luke with Wendell Cuffey ahead of him. Luke still with Cuffey and gets the cross in. Just behind.
Overrun by Ben.
Well, I think Luke had his head down. He was not exactly aware of the position of Ben, but here's Ben now looking to get around Jaheim John, and in the end, still hanging on to it. Cross comes in, and the sort of fizzle away as Khadija Joseph will now knock this one upfield. Searching ball there for Springer, and goes down. Ball is out of touch. The whistle goes, and it looks as if it's going to be a throw-in for Layou. They're still down by 1-0 in this, the 41st minute.
I think they have earned themselves a free kick, because Glenroy Lane, I think, fouled Springer on that far side.
Yes, Springer definitely went down. Free kick quickly taken there now to Polius. Drills this one in. Polius at the near post, and Barber stretched for all his worth, but it went wide. As we have a second look at it there, Polius picking it up and immediately looking up and seeing, this is an opportunity. Right footer and going just wide, but Barker, I believe, had that.
He had it covered.
Yes. So goal kick is Nigel Charles for the umpteenth time in this game. Kicking it off as far as a goal kick is concerned for Camdonia Chelsea. And pumps it upfield now. Headed on there by what looks like Slater. He's going to find the arms of goalkeeper Anthony Lewis for Layou, giving up. And Lewis back into it again. This time bowls it out there to his captain, Joseph. Dummies to his left, but decides to come to the right there now to Jaheim John. Has Barber ahead of him. And into the path of Lynch, I should say, who came in from the right side. And Joseph now decides to go to his left there to Garrett Ledgerwood, former Avenues United player. There's Springer. Flag is up.
Flag is up.
Yes. So, free kick once again. It'll be interesting to see what the transfers are going to be as far as the VSPL is concerned. We know that Avenues United, they're certainly going to be in Tier 2 come next year. It'll be interesting to see if the likes of Jack and Hector, if they will remain with the team, if they will want to play Tier 2 football, Charlo. We've seen in the past, as in the case of Sign Hill, they've lost people like Zeddy Millington and Denzel Bascom, who've certainly gone to other teams. So play continues in the middle. Here's Kenija Joseph. Back there to Nash. And again, here's John with a whole lot of space ahead of him. Finds Lynch. Immediately turns. Nice ball in the middle. And oh, the idea was there, but just
Too much on it.
yes. And he went away from Lynch. So here's Kale Nero. Doing well, Nero. And nodded back there by Polius to Nero now. And turning, giving it up there to Gloucester. Knocks into the path of Garrett Ledgerwood. And good defending there by Miller. There's Kenija Joseph getting there first. Ahead of Luke. Cross comes in. Mingo's there. And well, in the end, it's picked up by Nero, who again volleys it upfield, but could only find Polius. And at the top of the 18-yard, miss kick there by Ledgerwood. And the ball comes back out. So they've really been stringing their passes here to get that equalizer, as the wind has certainly picked up here at the Brighton Technical Centre. Here comes Ledgerwood once again, but it's given up. The whistle goes, and a quickly taken free kick by Layou. The referee just
Slowing things down.
asking for it to be retaken. Ledgerwood now to Polius. And Polius with a thumping one, but that one absolutely had no direction
Well.
rather than just going over the fence. We're not playing a T20 game here tonight, Polius. And he wrapped his right boot around it. There's no question about that. But that was way off target. And had it been a cricket match, I think he'd have been more than happy, but not in a football game.
Well,
Charlo.
I think he was uncertain as to where the goalposts are.
So we have 5 minutes extra time, as we would have predicted, Charlo. And goal kick, of course, to Camdonia Chelsea. They're leading this one by a 0-0. Ball is upfield now. There's Garrett Ledgerwood. Came on for Javan John. Finds Lynch. Nero's there. And good work by Nero.
Very good work indeed.
Ball long forward there, and Josh Nash doing well. Finds his captain now. And they're really trying to press Layou. They would like to go in half time with at least that equalizer. And Kombi Mingo. But Indian robbed of it there by Lane. And it's going to be a corner kick, I believe, today.
That's ruined.
Okay, lost that in the process over there. Here's good work by Mingo. Back to Joseph. And faking Lane is Joseph, but he went right back into it. As to why, I have absolutely no idea. But found the Kobe Mingo. And here's Luke now. But there's not much blue shirts ahead, so he has to hold it up.
He's looking for some support.
Yes, certainly. And doing fairly good work, Luke. Foul in the process. And winning his team certainly a free kick and buying some time, certainly. In this extra time. 1-0 in favor of Camdonia Chelsea. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 players up front as we prepare to witness this free kick here from Nigel Charles. Well, just taps it short there to Miller. Back to Charles. And floated on the right side there now to Luke, but robbed of it. And Indian is picked up there by Gloucester. Looking to come out for Layou, finds Springer. And quite a number of blue shirts around him. Forced back there to his captain, who in the end, well, doing some good work, Kanija Joseph, but lost out. And luckily there was picked up by Gloucester. Now it's Layou now with possession. Here is Jaheim John. Floated ball forward, and in the end, of course, easy work there for goalkeeper Barker. Easy work for the defense of Camdonia Chelsea. And they certainly had themselves a good one here tonight thus far, as a long searching ball off the boot of Charles. But it's going to be picked up there by the goalkeeper, and just bowls it out there for Josh Nash, who knocks it forward. There is Garrett Ledgerwood into the path of Polius. Polius is looking there for Mingo, finds him. The return there to Ledgerwood. On to, well, the player Gloucester with Springer. It's in the back of the net. Well, that one was a bit of luck on the part of Springer. Let's look at it once again. He slipped, got back up, and got the shot in, and into the back of the nets. Layou 1, Camdonia Chelsea 1.
Well, the pressure was on. They have really put some pressure on Camdonia Chelsea in the last 5 to 10 minutes, and there it was. I think Nigel Charles was beaten. So too was Barker, who was getting himself in a position, and that was pushed wide of him. And good work by Springer, because he recovered. He slipped and recovered well.
Well, I think that is what threw the defense and the goalkeeper off. From the moment he slipped, they felt pressure off, but he got back up very quickly, much to his credit, and got a shot in. Goalkeeper was certainly not in a position to stop it, and an equalizer there for Layou, much to the credit there of Springer in the end.
So it's 1-1.
1-1, of course, in the 90-minute fight. Minutes added, and as a matter of fact, the whistle goes to signal it is half-time here tonight. And 1-1, of course. First goal came in the 23rd minute off the boot of Nigel Charles, the head of Nigel Charles, as I say. And equalizer we saw moments ago there from Springer.
Well, definitely a half that I would say really pretty even Stevens, and we saw some good defensive work from both teams. And clinically, we saw Nigel Charles having a beautiful header into the uprights, and there we saw Springer getting around the defense and equalizing for Layou. So a contest is on. We still have 45 minutes of regulation time.
Well, we'll take that break and come back as soon as they're ready for us here at the Brighton Technical Centre. If you're at home, it's probably time to grab a snack, and then we'll be back shortly.
the Brighton Technical Centre for the second half of this encounter between Layou FC and Camdonia Chelsea. At halftime, the score line reads 1-1, and the action continues as the referee and Jason Frederick, he's back in the middle. So too are the teams.
Well, Charlie, this is a very important half for Layou. It's 1-1 at this point in time. This certainly, if the game is to end 1-1, it gives the premiership to System 3.
Well, System
There's
3
no
will
question
just
about
simply
it.
walk with it.
All right, and Jabel will probably have that opportunity to get second position.
Definitely.
So there we see a substitution taking place for Layou. Number 36 is coming in Mosrani Harry, and out.
A busy player.
Looks
I think
as if
Jaheim John.
Jaheim John is out, right. So that's the substitution for Layou.
So the kickoff by Camdonia Chelsea. Cottle goes back in defense, finds Nigel Charles, the big, long, tall, lanky defender. Looks to go around that, and Reggie Barber couldn't control. He came off the player there for Layou. So it's going to be a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea in this very first few minutes of the second half, few seconds. Reggie Barber being bundled, he goes back to Ben. Ben has Jamari Lynch, again is knocked into touch for another throw-in. This time it's a long throw. Looking for the head of Cottle, who gets his head there, but Lewis comes off his line and collects. He bowls it out, looking for some support on this far side. Looks to find he has Springer, the goal scorer, who goes back in defense to Wendell Coffey. Coffey back to Nash. Nash looking for Slater. So good work by Layou. Reggie Barber. Infringement called there against Camdonia Chelsea. It goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Layou. In fact, a free kick is awarded, because I think Barber had infringed player on the far side. Kenisha Joseph with a free kick. Long ball comes downfield, but head booted away there by Miller. Miller has Polius, and infringement called. It's against Miller, and good sportsmanship showing there with Miller, between Miller and Polius.
Yes, without a doubt.
With a good little handshake. So Polius is going to line that. Perhaps he'll be looking to go straight to goal. So let's see what he'll do. Chips it down, and Barber.
Well,
Barker comes off his line and shadows it.
Just before that kick was taken, he saw Polius indicating to Spring, I'm going to come your way, I'm going to come your way.
Yeah.
And he sneaked in behind, but it was just a little too much on it.
So, a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea. And Nigel Charles would have the responsibility of booting this downfield. He's just waiting to see his players go forward. And long ball with the wind behind it. Finds Kenisha Joseph, who controls, gives it to Kobe Mingo. Mingo goes back. He's back to Joseph. Joseph to Garrett Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood goes back to Slater. Slater goes wide, looking for some support on that far side. Does so. It's still Polius being robbed of it. And it's Jamari Lynch. Looks to find Polius. Still Layou. Good work. Goes down, comes back to Kenisha Joseph. Joseph gives it to Slater. Slater finds Jamari Lynch on the far side. Lynch looking for some support, but he's cut out there by the tall figure of Ben as he comes back in defense. Nigel Charles is there. Good work by Layou. Garrett Ledgerwood lays it back for Wendell Coffey. Coffey has one, gives it back to Ledgerwood, back to Coffey. Coffey being hustled, and he dances around one as Miller goes back to Garrett Ledgerwood, comes to the middle, find Kenisha Joseph. Back to Kobe Mingo, who comes back to Polius with a shot and off the defender. His Cutler is there. He has Jamari Lynch to contend with. So good work. It's still Layou, but again cut out there by Camdonia Chelsea. Finds Luke. Luke now gives it to Miller. Miller pumps it downfield, but off Wendell Coffey, but good interception there by Miller. Miller now shifts play. Looking to get someone moving. Look like Reggie Barber on that far side. Barber, but he's been dispossessed, and Layou now on a counter. Still with Layou. It comes back. It looks like Slater. Comes back to Garrett Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood controls. Gives it to Springer. Springer has Taylor to contend with. Comes back in the middle to Kenisha Joseph. Joseph's been hustled. He's still with Joseph. Looking to get in there. Kobe Mingo. He's been robbed of it. And comes right back to Slater. And this is good work, but Nigel Charles, Alroy Ben is there, who knocks it into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Layou. But Layou now looking a bit more purposeful than what we have seen in the first half, Eddie.
Well, certainly without a doubt, but you have to give credit to the defense of Camdonia Chelsea. They're forming that line at the top of the 18-yard box and certainly keeping the Layou attackers at bay.
So it's going to be a throw-in. It's a Camdonia Chelsea's ball. In fact, the decision has been changed. You can see the referee going to have a word with his fourth official. So it's going to be a Layou ball. So it's Layou. It comes across, finds Wendell Coffey. Coffey gives it to Kenisha Joseph. Joseph lays it off for Garrett Ledgerwood, and good back heel there for Coffey. Coffey's controlling. Coffey, long ball swirling, and Barker comes off his line, collects. Now he hammers it downfield and onto Nash. Nash to Kenisha Joseph. So Layou continue to put some pressure on. It's Polius. Reggie Barber is there. And it's still Alroy Ben. Cut out, but only to find a Layou player. Down he goes. And infringement called there against Camdonia Chelsea. And it's going to be a free kick to Layou. So Layou really looking to put some pressure on the defense here for Camdonia Chelsea.
Well, let's see what they can make of it. It looks like if it's going to be, well, it's quickly taken there, Charlo.
Well, easy ball. There's a Springer and on to Taylor. And it's going to be a corner. So Layou have earned themselves a corner.
As you see, the free kick being taken, and Springer picking it up and just waiting for Taylor to get into his path. Knocked it onto him for that corner kick.
Well, you can see about 7 blue shirts back in their attacking area, looking to defend their goal. And cross comes in, headed away there by Nigel Charles, a tall figure, getting above everyone else. And Kenisha Joseph, he comes back to Slater. But it's cut out there by Miller, only to give it up to Wendell Coffey. Coffey now lays it off to Mozarani Harry. Harry, number 36, looking for some support. But again, good work by Mario Taylor. Taylor looking up for some support. Not good work there, crosses it, but knocked into touch by Wendell Coffey. And it's going to be a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. Taylor leaving it for Glenroy Lane. Headed away there by Layou, still in Layou's half. Pumps it downfield. It's Nero. Gives it to... It's still with Camdonia Chelsea. Toying around. And again, good work there by Jamari Lynch for Layou. But again, he's cut out. But it's Kobe Ming. It's Garrett Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood for Layou. Lays it off for Springer on this far side. Springer with a cross, but Nigel Charles nonchalantly knocks it away as you can see Wendell Coffey shadowing it into touch, and is a throw-in quickly taken. Ledgerwood has it. Has 1-2 defenders. Knocks it around, but it's cleared by the defense there for Camdonia Chelsea. Luke, the diminutive figure, but he's been robbed of it. Wendell Coffey using his height and the body weight. And it's still Polius lays it off, but comes right back in defense. Nigel Charles is there. As Muzarani Harry, a busy individual.
It's been all over since he came on, Charlo.
Yeah, so it's still with Layou. With a cross and off the Kobe Mingo. And good work there by Barker. And he sends it downfield onto the defender. It's Gloucester who finds the number 36 who has come on in Harry. He's really been all over the shop. It goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Layou. It's still Gloucester. Shifts it, comes to Kenesha Joseph, who is signaling to Springer to go forward. He gives it to Springer. Springer goes back in defense. Find the experienced Wendell Coffey. Coffey goes to his right. It's back to Coffey. And switches play, finds Jamari Lynch on the right.
Wow,
who really had a poor touch and went into touch for a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. So Chelsea will now look to a counter and to put some pressure on Layou. Let's see what they will do. Alroy Ben with that. Finds Reggie Barber. Reggie Barber has Jamari Lynch. And still there. And infringement call. It's against Layou. So it's going to be a free kick awarded to Camdonia Chelsea. So it's a 1-1 affair here in the lone game of tonight.
Yes.
In the Vincy Soccer Premier League. Layou, they are in second position. And to come away with a draw or to lose this game would put themselves under some pressure, would offer Jebel an opportunity to work their way into second place.
And to hand certainly System 3 the championship.
Well, certainly, I think more importantly, to hand it across. Comes in and up goes the head of Nigel Charles. Was looking, but the offside flag was up. Perhaps he was conscious of the offside. He was offside. But that header went wide. Lewis lays it off. It's with Wendell Coffey. Coffey goes back to his captain, Kenesha Joseph. Joseph goes wide, looks for Jamari Lynch. But Ben robs him of it. And not too sure what Ben was doing there, who he wanted to run onto that. But Lewis came off his line easily and collects. And it's Layou looking to come forward. Gloucester. And Charles is there to clean it up. And it's Miller for Camdonia Chelsea. Chips it downfield looking for Luke. And Luke couldn't rein it in and he goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. So Glenroy Lane, can see him jogging into position, so he's going to take that throw-in.
Has some walking to do, Lane. Has to go all the way down to collect.
He was coming from right in deep in his defense.
Meantime, Luke goes across, maybe
to give him some assistance. So Lane, as we see quite a few players into And up goes the offside flag. I think again, maybe Nigel Charles being guilty, but he was up there again, and you can see Lane looking to get that long ball into that area so that he can lash onto that.
So it's actually for the throw, because I was a little concerned. It's actually a foul throw.
It
Cecil.
is.
Yes.
All right. Quickly taken. It's Coffee. Goes back to Nash, and Nash finds Slater. Finds Garrett Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood with a cross, but it's Ben who didn't hold on, but got a boot in there at the last minute. Polius dances around, has two to contend with. They've been pushing him, and that goes wide over the uprights. It's going to be a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea.
Well, one thing at Polius, he's always looking to take that shot, as he has two defenders there with him, and the opportunity presented itself.
It was a bit of pressure on him.
Yes.
So the goal kick. Nigel Charles would have that. Long ball downfield. It's cut out there by Layou. It's Kenisha Joseph. Gives it to Mozarani Harry. Harry with a swirling ball. Easy ball for Barker. And he pulls it out, looking for that support on the far side. It's still poor Layou with a cross. Nigel Charles, ever present in defense, heads it away, comes back to Gloucester. Gloucester gives it to Jamari Lynch. Lynch being robbed of it by Ben. It goes into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Layou. Jamari Lynch positioning himself very quickly indeed. Long ball. And a fancy kick.
Well, it's an attempted bicycle kick on the part of Kobe Mingo. Just couldn't make it.
And he landed rather awkwardly.
Very much so. Resulting in a goal kick, it looks like, for Camdonia Chelsea. And the battle of the Leewards continue here. Of course, there are three teams from the Leeward side in the VSPL. There's North Leeward Predators, from Central Leeward, of course, Layou FC, and from South Leeward, Camdonia Chelsea. And goal kick now to be taken by Nigel Charles as he knocks this one upfield, searching what it is. Might very well find the head of Kenisha Joseph. It does, but can only find a blue shirt. Cutlass there now into the path of, it looks like
Miller.
Miller it is, yes. And giving it up there to Wendell Coffey, who's had a good game tonight. Coffey, he's been that person to certainly slow things down and bring some patience to this Layou team. Here's Kobe Mingo now to the right side, looking for Springer, but he's robbed of it. And the big, tall, lanky player in Nigel Charles knocking it away, and off the back of Springer, ricochets into the path of Barker. And in the end, he's going to probably look to volley this one upfield. Yes, really got a lot onto that one. But goalkeeper Lewis certainly is not going to allow that one to get past him. As again, we're battling with the wind here tonight. It's really breezy conditions here at the Brighton Technical Centre. Kenisha Joseph as a little dust puffs into the air. And here's Mozarani Harry. Gets around Taylor. Has Lynch Lane to deal with. Can he get past him? No. Well, in the end, still hang on to it, so you got to give him some props, Harry. But in the end, here's Camdonia Chelsea coming out of defence. It's with Miller. And there it is, captain, who's been pushed in the back, and the whistle finally goes. Polius, the guilty player. And it's going to be a free kick to Camdonia Chelsea.
You have to give Camdonia Chelsea credit, because Mozarani Harry got around one defender, but very quickly two others joined him, so he had three defenders to contend with, and it really had no room in terms of going forward.
Miller got that one into the 18-yard box, but it's knocked away by the Layou defense, and here comes Gloucester with possession and some space. Gloucester, and just calms things down a little. Searching ball, looking there for Kobe Bingo, but he gets the return ball, Gloucester. Now he finds what looks like Polius, the Springer, and there to Mingo. Mingo takes what looks like a shot, and there is off the head of Masrani Harry. He's a little despondent with himself as we look at this cross coming in once again from Kobe Mingo, and here it is. And diving coming in there at the far post.
It was a bit ahead of him, and he was really trying to dive into the area. Couldn't get a good head on, and it went wide of the uprights.
So this one is upfield once again. Wendell Coffey into the path of his captain, but here's Slater. As a matter of fact, I believe it's a handled ball. Let's see.
Yes,
it is. So it's a free kick to Layou, quickly taken there by Joseph. Finds Coffey to Nash. Nash goes to his right, and player will now come forward for Layou. There's Garrett Ledgerwood. For a moment saying, well, what is Javin John doing back on the field? Yeah, so much look alike, as this one Harry couldn't keep it in, but there's a tussle there for possession. Good work on the part of Taylor. Getting around 1-2, battling for the third, but unfortunately Grenadines Joseph was better. Here's tap back to Joseph. Kobe Mingo now with two defenders with him, and being asked to do a little too much because Masrani Harry was the lone player there on the left side, and Captain Joseph could have done a little better there. As we see Mingo, there's Harry on the left, and he's trying to force it back into the middle, and in the end of infringement, so it's going to be a free kick to Layou. And there's Polius, who really has some power in that right foot of his. Joseph is also there, and he's also one of the specialists, the dead ball specialists for Layou. Both players having a bit of this discussion. So all left to be seen who's going to take this one. I believe it might very well be the captain, the fact that he's still very much there in Kenija Joseph, as there's a three-man wall put in place by Camdonia Chelsea, and just waiting for that whistle. Let's see who's going to take it here for Layou. It is Joseph who drills it, and just too much on top of that one, over the crossbar. And in the end, absolutely no threat to Barker, no threat to Camdonia Chelsea. The scoreline remains 1-1 as we have a look at it once again. Kenija Joseph, intent was there. I think he was looking for that top left-hand corner, but really and truly was too high, and goal kick result, as it's Joseph once again. He's really and truly saw a lot of the ball tonight here in this game. A lot of Layou's attack has been centered around him, but here's Spring on the right side, and an attempted cross that could only find Nigel Charles. Charles going back out there now to what looks like Kale Nero, and Nero certainly a utility player for Camdonia Chelsea. Of course, he's good in defense, and we saw what happened the other night, that thumping header. But here comes the cross now for Layou, but in the end it's easy work there for Barker, and he's now gonna boot it upfield. Over on the far side is Luke. Luke gets past one, cross comes in. Here's, oh, for a moment I thought it was in the path of Miller. Well, he has it now within Miller, and takes a shot that ricochets off the boot of Wendell Coffey out to Slater. Nearest on the far side, and cross coming in now, but it's knocked away there by Gloucester, and in the end it's going to be a corner kick for Camdonia Chelsea. It's now seen as a substitution. Barber is going to come out for Chelsea, and coming in number 17 in Mackey, and also
number 11 coming in Barack Obama Barber
for Cottle. So Cottle goes out, and Barber comes in. So we're just awaiting. I've just been getting some stats here. We'll get back to that in a little while, Charlo, but some very important information there as we await this corner kick for Camdonia Chelsea. Some very important statistic. Is that 10 yellow cards?
Well, no, number 10 in the 10th minute.
Oh, okay, very well. So Corner kick to Camdonia Chelsea at the top of the 18-yard box. Kenija Joseph is trying to keep Charles at bay, but he slips past him now. Not on camera, but a bit of a bite play between Charles and Joseph, the captains here tonight. And no, Charles is not the captain. Here comes, oh, that's a poor corner kick. After all,
very poor corner indeed.
Yes, after all that build-up, not so good work. And Layou with Anthony Lewis now to take this goal kick. And I think he's going to be asked, yes, to ensure that it's properly placed. And now, here's Wendell Coffey. Joseph. And left it there for Masrani Harry, but he lost it, and Barber
Nice
picking it up. Barber still with it, but Indian Gloucester robbed them of it for Layou, and searching ball down the right side, but it's cut out by the Camdonia Chelsea player. Looks like is that Barber on the far side?
Barak.
It finds Luke. Luke with a number of red shirts around him, but in the end he got it in. Luke, some good work on the part of Luke. Unfortunately, it was behind the advancing players. Harry now looking there for Kenija Joseph. He has a lot of work to do to keep this one, and he does keep it in. Has Lane with him. And in the end, it's knocked away by Lane. Throw into Layou. Harry. A little bit of an engine room, but it's Garrett Ledgerwood. And Polius goes down there. Guilty player is Cale Nero. And it's going to be a free kick to Layou, as we see Garrett Ledgerwood there with possession, and Nero going in there and fouling in the process. The quick kick was taken while we had that replay, and it's going to be a goal kick, I believe. Yes, it is a goal kick for Camdonia Chelsea. So it's still 1-1, and Jabel and System 3 must be sitting comfortable at this point in time with the smiles on their faces, Charlo.
Well, Jebel has an opportunity to improve their status.
This one is pumped up field now. And nodded away by Gloucester. Harry was there, but stretched for all his worth, but certainly couldn't get there. And Taylor takes his time. As a matter of fact, he leaves it for Lane to take this throw in here for Camdonia Chelsea. As this battle continues, Kenija Joseph didn't do so well at that time, but did enough to regain possession. There's Polius, left it now for Gloucester, and it's actually Springer. Back to Joseph, and here's Gloucester. Wendell Coffey almost walking, and back to Nash. So you're trying to string a couple passes together. Not the best of first touches there from Wendell Coffey, and luckily for him, the advancing Mackie knocked it away for a throw in. So Coffey now to take that throw. Let's see. Finds, well, he was looking there for Garrett Ledgerwood, was with the bounce and his height.
I think they moved his height. Yeah, moved his height when defeated him. And
Nero was just behind it and nodded away. But play continues now on the far side. It looks like Springer with possession for Layou as they tried to come forward. Ledgerwood, diminutive player indeed, and finds his captain, Ledgerwood. Kenija Joseph, back to Ledgerwood, ball through the middle lane now to Matsarani Harris into the 18-yard box. Cross, well, it's a shot and it's a poor one in the end. And running in there, looks as if it was Kobe Mengo. He slammed the net in disgust, because in his opinion, a lot better could have been done on the part of Harry. But here is Mackie now with possession, robbed of it now. Gloucester picking it up for Layou. Going back to Coffey. And Nash pushing this ball on the far side. Play over there. Looks like it is Polius, but it goes out of touch. And another throw in, this time to Camdonia Chelsea. Still 1-1 in this, the 74th minute. And we're still going there, just waiting to see what's the situation. It looks as if it's going to be a throw in for Layou, as the coach over there for Camdonia Chelsea just belling out a couple instructions to his players in the middle as this one is knocked back, and here's Ledgerwood stretching, but it's into the path of Taylor and into the middle now to what looks like Mackey. It's actually Barber, and Luke is over there on the far side. Can he keep it in? No, such is not the case. They lose him right in front of the Vincy Soccer Premier League sign, branding around the ground here at the Brighton Technical Centre, and a facility and a ground that has certainly taken a pounding over the last couple of months. Harry, oh, not so good work. Couldn't hang on to it, and it eludes him, and Taylor just simply takes his time. I'm sensing that Chelsea might very well be playing for the draw here tonight, Charlo. But of course, they currently in what, 6th position on the table.
Yes.
So they're safe as far as the drop zone is concerned, and may not be fair to say that they're actually playing for a draw, but it's all left to be seen as Lane goes to retrieve this one. Another throw into Camdonia Chelsea in the 76th minute as the scoreline remains at 1-1.
And they're 1 point behind Awesome FC, who is in 5th
position. So Modrani Harry goes down there, whistle going, infringement against Mackey, and a free kick now to the men in orange, Carlo.
Well, quickly taken, Kobe Mingo with a shot, but off the defender there, Nigel Charles. It's Taylor. He has Garrett Ledgerwood to contend with. He's being knocked into touch. It's going to be a corner for Layou, and Ledgerwood is there getting into position very, very quickly indeed. Spots it, but again we can see all of Camdonia Chelsea players in defense save
With the
Luke.
exception of Luke, yes.
Corner comes in, up goes the header, sliding off Kobe Mingo,
Missed opportunity.
and it goes into touch. It's going to be a goal kick, I think. There is a player down.
Yes, but let's look at it again. It's a wonderful corner kick, and up goes Mingo. He got the height, and well, just a glancing header going wide.
I think it's Nigel Charles who is down. I think he's
back up.
Yes, he's back up. He's limping away. And even though he's limping away, he's asked to leave it.
He's going to take that kick nonetheless. Charles.
Long ball downfield. Off the head of Jamari Lynch. It goes into touch. It's going to be a throw in for Camdonia Chelsea. Barack Barber is there. And now he's going to leave it for Ben. Long ball. Looking for Luke. Luke in a tussle. And it goes into touch. It's going to be a goal kick for Layou. So it's still 1-1 here in this encounter. So it kicks off. Finds Kanisha Joseph. Joseph still with it. Spins. Now he finds Gloucester. Gloucester finds Polius to Springer. Springer has Ben to contend with, but Nigel Charles boots it downfield. Again, the height of Luke. Barber. Barak. He's been brought down. Referees there.
Advantage play.
Is an advantage, yes. So it's still with infringement call there against Polius. Let's see, it's going to be a free kick.
Let's have a look at this. And
So Kenisha Joseph.
well, he wasn't really touched there. So I had no idea what the referee blew for there, Charlo.
Not too certain.
Well, he's going to have a bounce ball now, so let's see what happens. This play continues. A little bit amusing, but
Alright, so it's corner overweighted. Headed away there. Still inside their half. Taylor gets a head on it. Still Taylor. And this time it's cleared. And Polius slipping in the process. Kale Nero lays it to Barber. And it's Ben who has Jamari Lynch. He knocks it into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Layou. It's still 1-1 here at the Brighton Technical Centre. Polios looking to come forward. Miller. So the infringement call there, and it's going to be a free kick awarded to Layou. So is it Gloucester? Goes wide, but it's cut out there by Camdonia Chelsea. Barak. Barber lays it off, looking for Luke. That one is booted into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. So Layou not giving them any chance to come forward.
Pretty strong challenge there on Luke. I believe it was Nash. Really got in there in a no-nonsense kind of way. And just knocked it out of touch with that throw-in.
So there's no hurry. Ben quickly taken. A foul throw. And it's going to be a throw-in for Layou. Jamari Lynch. Long ball. Looking for some support. Nigel Charles is there. And he's been bundled off it by Polius.
Charles is gonna get up quite slowly, but
he took his time.
Yes.
And he says he's going to take this free kick. Chips it downfield. Lynch gets a head on it. And it's Layou looking to come forward. Still, Kenesha Joseph with a shot. Cuts out there by Mario Taylor. Taylor looks up and off the arm of Kenesha Joseph. Finds Wendell Coffey. And it's still Kenesha Joseph. And holds on to it. Lays it off. Glenroy Lane is there. But Nigel Charles cleans it up. And gives it to Mario Taylor. Taylor looking to shift play. Looks to get Barber on the left. Barber has Jamari Lynch. She goes down. The whistle going, and it's against Layou, so it's going to be a free kick for Camdonia Chelsea. And the Camdonia Chelsea won. Layou won. We are in the 82nd minute.
So Springer's being taken off for Layou.
Springer goes off, and on comes the number 26 in Cheslin Hendrickson.
Hendrickson, yes. Of course, the goal scorer for Layou being substituted.
Dickon Springer. They just held up momentarily.
Yes, not missing any football whatsoever. As some words being said there.
So we can see quite a few blue shirts. So Miller is there.
Well, how much time is he going to spot the ball?
Well, certainly has taken an extraordinary long time. And you can see referee is just having a word there with the players in that attacking area. So we are in the 84th minute. The kick comes in and just getting ahead there, clearing it. Muzarani Harry picks it up for Layou. Lays it off. Finds Kobe Mingo. Mingo goes to his right. Finds Garrett Ledgerwood. Ledgerwood has Ben to contend with. He's been pushed. Ledgerwood gets around one. The cross comes in. And good work by Barker.
Yes.
And really closing the angle.
Well, it was good on the part of Ledgerwood as he got around Ben. Got the cross in. But there was Barker at that near post just to punch it away. Charles was also there, and there's a player
you
down.
can see Charles he's down. And
he's having one of those nights.
Seems as if he's getting a bit of cramps.
Yeah, but he's put in some very good service here tonight for Camdonia Chelsea in defense. And as you said, it looks as if he's been affected by cramps. But he's having a good game tonight. There's no question with regards to his contribution. And of course, that towering header.
That header into the back of the net.
Yes, to give him that equalizer.
Really placing him in the top.
Well,
as a contender.
Well, I said equalizer, but it was the go-ahead goal in the 23rd minute. Nigel Charles.
Yeah, it was the opening goal.
Yes.
And he has been very good in defense.
So he's taken off and immediately breaks into a jog. You know, and it's good to see, you know, that spirit, that tenacity, so to speak. Still very much with Charles here tonight. He's a fighter, Charles.
Yes. Corner comes in and it's cleared by Camdonia Chelsea as Barack Barber. Cross comes in looking for Luke.
Good work by Coffee.
Coffee.
Real good work.
Really using his experience, getting the long boot out. Kenisha Joseph has Miller with him. Miller not allowing him to come forward, but he goes back, lays it off, finds Muzarani Harry. Harry has one like ball, but Barker would have absolutely no difficulty picking this up, and he just slows things down. And as Kobe Mingo approaches, he just lays on it, back on his feet. And now he pumps it downfield. We are in the 87th minute. Going to be pretty interesting to see how many minutes of added time would be granted. It's Barack Barber with a shot. Perhaps looking to catch the goalkeeper off his line. And it went wide. And into touch for a goal kick for Layou. Well, so there's going to be a substitution on the far side.
That's for...
It looks like Taylor. He been substituted.
Polish is coming out also for Layou, it looks like.
Yes, and on will come the number 22 in Rashid Wallace. So on comes number... I'm looking at number 18. Is Devante Nero for Camdonia Chelsea. So it's still good work by Mackie. Finds Nero, gets his first touch, and still with it, and lays it off to Mackie. Mackie gets around one. Good ball, good piece of work there by Miller to Mackie as he comes back into the middle, and Kale Nero is hopping around, perhaps just get a little nip.
Yes, a bit of a nick there from Kale Nero.
Layou with Muzarani Harry goes down the left flank, pulling two defenders with him, and good work by Glenroy Lane. And this time he's
been fouled,
bundled off it by Muzarani Harry. And play there just in front of us, look like
just keeping it in there.
Yes, and
fouled in the process.
Fouled in the process. The Miller. And he just bided a few seconds. Luke in a tussle. And someone will get a card. Let's see who.
Looks like Luke.
Luke picking up a yellow. And it's going to be a free kick to Layou. We are in the 89th minute.
Well, they scored the extra time in the first half, Layou. Can they repeat it? This is all left to be seen.
Well, we'll wait. Comes wide to Coffee. Coffee comes back in the middle to Gloucester. Gloucester to Coffee. Coffee sends it downfield looking for Ledgerwood, but it's cut out by Ben. And in the end, losing it. It's Layou still looking to come forward. Kenija Joseph. Joseph lays it off to Mozarani Harry. Harry with a shot comes in and cleared by Ben.
The word is down. We're still going.
And it's going to be a penalty.
It's look as if it's just at the top of the 18-yard box. Red carded. Is that Charles?
It looks that way to me.
Is it inside the 18-yard box? Ledger with his dunk, he's holding and rolling and doing all sorts of. That looks as if it's inside the 18-yard box, Charles.
It looks like a penalty to me.
Well, red card issued to Nigel Charles, it looks like. He's still very much on the field. And referee now ensuring, yes, that he leaves the field of play. Charles. And he was a lone player.
Well, red cards have been shared tonight, Eddie.
He certainly had an excellent game. It's quite unfortunate there for Nigel Charles. But he was a lone player in defense there for Camdonia Chelsea as Ledger was trying to make his way through. And unfortunately, that's where the rules are. It's actually just outside the 18-yard box. There's going to be a free kick. But he's had a good game. He was actually,
yes,
he's actually my man of the match.
Well, certainly he has been.
But in the fact that he's been shown a red card, that goes out of the window, unfortunately. But a good game on the part of Charles.
Well, unfortunate. He has to make his way to the off the field.
Yes.
So it's just off the 18-yard box. So we see Mozarani Harry there. Is that a 5-6 man wall? And again that goes high and wide and aimless, and just about 2 minutes of added time being issued. And so it's going to be pretty interesting. And a draw here would land it into the lap of System 3.
Certainly.
Sure, Camdonia Chelsea would be in no hurry in these 2 minutes. As he pumps it downfield, it goes
out of the facility.
Out of the facility, into touch. It's going to be a throw-in for Layou. So the replacement ball quickly came. Finds Gloucester. Gloucester sends it downfield. And Barker comes off his line. Collects. He sends it downfield. Not the best of kick. We have seen better kicks from him. It's still in their half. Hendrickson looking to find it. It goes against Layou. They were looking for a throw-in on that side. Assistant referee Kenron Daniel indicating it's Chelsea's ball. Alroy Ben is there. Long ball. Comes back. It goes into touch. It's another throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. We are in the 93rd minute. Ledgerwood. It's Lane, long ball. And for a third time, it's going to be a throw-in for Camdonia Chelsea. It's Lynch now, and this time it's a throw-in for Layou. Jamara Lynch finds Kobe Mingo. He comes back in defense, and it's clear. There goes the whistle, and it's the end of the regulation time, and it's 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
And of course, with that scoreline, it means that Layou, second place, might very well be in jeopardy. Should Jabel, win their remaining 2 games, and of course, System 3 with that lead certainly
has now could sit comfortably.
There's no question with regards to that. But my player of the game, of course, Wendell Cuffey of Layou. He's certainly been a stalwart. He started off first in the midfield, was forced to go back in defense because of the fact that Javo John was substituted because of his injury. Did some good work in defense. As a matter of fact, orchestrated a lot of the plays for Layou coming out of the defense. So Wendell Cuffey, the player of the game.
And certainly, I'll totally agree with you.
So we're going to have a chat with him and then we'll wrap it up. Stay tuned. All right, let's do this again. Of course, Wendell, as I said, not the kind of results that you're looking for. 1-1 draw makes it difficult for you to retain that second position. You're feeling?
To be honest, what can I explain? Because, like you said, it's not the result I was looking for. It was a difficult game to begin with, but we got to keep fighting.
Well, Camdonia Chelsea, they had a good game and they really and truly came hard at you tonight. They were good in defense, good at scores, as a matter of fact, on the wings, and that created some problems for you, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely. When I was starting wing back, it's out because of a red card and we had to put in replacement and cope with it, as you can see. So it kind of cost us in that area.
How much did the red card of your from the coaching, from the bench, in terms of your coaches, how did that affect the team?
It didn't affect us anyway because we continue playing, doing what we normally do as we practice on the training ground, but we're just going to put the game to bed.
All right, well, of course, you have, one more game to come. I wish you and the team all the best.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, and with that, this is where we're going to be wrapping it up indeed. Wendell Cuffey, the veteran, former national footballer here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And tonight's game ending 1-1. There's more football action come tomorrow night right here at the Brighton Technical Centre. We're going to be here to bring to you more Vincy Soccer Premier League right here from the Brighton Technical Centre.